Okay, as I said earlier, those who are not informed stand the risk of being misled by others. They tend to believe every trash that is thrown out at them by other ignorant persons or persons who just are mischief makers. In the world that we live in today, a world of information, people send out a lot of information that is inaccurate, that is fake, that is wrong, that is not the truth. And so people who are not well informed are likely to fall for it. They refer to them as gullible people who can believe anything that is said. It's like saying that they just gulp every information that is thrown at them. Since we live in a place, in a country, in this world, we must be well informed about it, because we do not live in isolation and are thus affected by the conditions and happenings in those places and in the world. You can't be in the world today and say you're not interested in how systems of the world work. You can't live in a community or in a state and you're not interested in knowing who the leaders of that state are, the people who take decisions, because the decisions they take will affect you. You need to know all these things. So you have to be inquisitive to know about all this. You have to be inquisitive. When you do it, when you are inquisitive, it helps you to know more about your environment and learn more about your survival opportunities. You can't live in an environment and you don't know much about just outside your own compound. You should understand what the street is, the street next to that. So if there is an emergency, you should know where you can navigate your way around that area. It also boosts your achievements and makes you want to do more. If you've achieved much, whatever you've achieved, and you are inquisitive in knowing more, in acquiring more knowledge, in achieving more, it helps boost your achievement, and you always want to do more, and then be different from the rest of the people in your in the same community or class with you. People who are inquisitive are those who are ready to move away from their comfort zones, to know more about other people, and naturally they progress with an expanded worldview and relationships. So if you are living in your local government, in your city, in your community, in your state, and you're only worried about what happens there, you are unlikely to know what happens in other places. And so if you find yourself in an environment with people from those places, you may not be able to relate well. You should be able to leave your comfort zone, make friends, understand other people who may be different from you, find out what makes them different, and there may be something about their difference that could be of advantage to you if you know these things, and try to also imbibe some of the things that those people imbibe or understand. There's a note of caution though. A truly informed mind must learn to process any information he or she receives and test its veracity. It's not everything somebody says that you must believe. You must find a way of testing the veracity. Some of the times, some people will come with information that this is happening in this community, this is happening in this state. You should have a way of verifying those information. You can go, for those of you who have access to the internet, you can check online to see if there is if that information has been reported by a valuable source of information. Some newspapers, some radio or television stations are very valuable sources of information, and they can help verify some of the information rather than you just picking up everything somebody says and then you run with it. Do not believe everything you hear. Over time, you would need to establish your trusted information sources and where to go to verify information received. It could be someone you know that has the right information and has consistently over time given the right information, or a news source like I've mentioned, the media, that gives those kind of information. Also, you have to be careful not to be identified as the one person who is always receiving and sharing information that turn out to be false amongst your group. So some people, they want to be the first to pass an information. They don't even take the time to find out if that information is right or wrong, whether it is true or false. They just push it out, and eventually, by the time it is found out that this isn't correct, they are looked down upon amongst their community members. So don't be that kind of person. Try and verify your information before you go ahead